Denny Blanco, good morning, my man. How you doing?
I think everything has settled down. Shout out
Y-
to
y- yeah,
shout out. Yeah, I think everything's settled down. Shout out to Shams. I don't think he slept in the last 48 to 72 hours.
hmm
It's been a whirlwind in the NBA, but we're
yeah,
here to give you everything. It's in the game podcast. It's your boy, Sir Denny Blanco, alongside Randy J. Cruz.
that's
Welcome
right.
aboard. Welcome
That's right.
aboard.
How you feel, man? Oh, real quick, put your mic up so I can hear you more.
Oh, you can't hear me? Okay, my bad.
Yeah,
My bad.
I want the world to hear you. All right,
Oh no, you don't.
because like if my dog is barking, give me 1 second. Hold
Yeah,
on.
all good, all good. Listen, we got a lot going on, man. We got a
It's
lot
staying out here.
going
It's a busy morning. All right, here we go. Find Denny Blanco on social media, Sir Denny Blanco, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, all that good stuff. Find myself, Randy J. Cruz, RENDY, letter J C R U Z on Twitter, X, Instagram, TikTok. Find the podcast on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, also on Amazon Music. YouTube.com/Cruise Control Podcast. Go ahead, download, rate, comment, subscribe, like, all that good stuff. Show us some love and support for your boys on the program. We are taping this live on Twitter, on YouTube, Friday, February 7th. Any questions, comments, anything about the NBA trade deadline, hit us up in the chat. We'll get right to it. If not, me and Denny Blanco will talk for the next hour or so. Um, so yeah, things have calmed down. Trade deadline is officially over. We had a lot of movement. I think probably one of, if not the best NBA trade deadline of all time, just because of the caliber of players, the amount of all-star players, impactful players that are on the move and can really make some noise not only for this year but for years to come. So we knew about it. Saturday, Luca goes to the Lakers. AD goes to the Mavericks. I have no notes in front of me, but I'm trying to get to all the trades that I recall that happened. Because whenever a trade happens, I text you automatically the Shams graphic on ESPN, and just to make sure you're up to date because you're working and stuff like that. So I'm like, all right, bet. Whenever we do the show, I want my guy to be ready because there's a lot of shit going on. So Luca, AD, De'Aaron Fox to San Antonio. We spoke about that on Wednesday. Um, we got Brandon Ingram going to Toronto. We got Jimmy
Yes.
Butler going to Golden
They're here?
State.
Hold on 1 second, Randy. They're here? 1 second. Go ahead. Go through the trades. Go through the trades. Give me 2 seconds.
No,
Go
I'm
through
gonna
the
wait.
trades.
I'm gonna wait till you get back, man, because this is
No, no, no.
a tag team thing. No, I'm just gonna talk to the logo right now until you get back, bro. Oh man. So again, we are on live. This is live TV. So again, if you're watching us live on YouTube and Twitter, hit us up in the chat. Anything you got to say about the NBA trade deadline, whether you like a few trades or not, let us know. We'll read your comment on the air. But yeah, very busy trade deadline week as an NBA fan. And I'll repeat it when Dennis comes back on. As a fan, it's like, when you hear things about the NBA, the ratings, and not many people are watching. So perfect timing. I want to say that this trade deadline, before we get to the actual trades, this trade deadline did a lot of greatness to the NBA because we keep hearing about ratings and not many people watching, and just different things. The NFL is king, and everybody. But now it's like I said it before. This NBA trade deadline that just took place, I didn't really hear shit about the Super Bowl. And I'm like, I mean, I watch it, I care about it on Sunday, but I'm like, yo, I'm like,
What's
fuck that.
what
Luca,
Super Bowl?
AD.
What
Yeah,
Super
what's
Bowl?
I'm like, who's in it? Who's a three-peat? What? Three-peat? Nah, we got Luca, AD, everybody on the move. So before you stepped out, Ingram to Toronto, Jimmy Butler to the Warriors, uh, Chris Middleton to Washington. Oh God, Kyle Kuzma to Milwaukee. Um, help me, and a few other that
Then they sent Dennis Schroeder to Utah, and then he bounced back to Detroit.
yeah.
We
Big
have
Valanciunas is now in Sacramento. Zach Levine is now in Sacramento. Um,
Brandon Ingram. You mentioned already.
yeah, Ingram.
You know, Brandon Ingram. God bless.
What else
I
today?
mean, they you know, also too, they got small. You got small names. Not small names, but big
Also,
names.
the Lakers getting Mark Williams from Charlotte. Your boy Dalton Connect is now on the Hornets. Mark Williams goes to the Lakers.
Small name, big names. So yeah,
But very
that
very
needed the center.
impactful stuff going on. Like the Western Conference, it just reloaded with people. Chet Holmgren is coming back for the Thunder. It just KD is still a Phoenix Suns, so he did not go anywhere. Um, little moves here and there, draft pick, draft considerations, money. But a very, very busy NBA trade deadline. We've seen a few people suit up already. I seen Zach already with Sacramento. I seen Valanciunas already with the Kings. I seen De'Aaron Fox already with San Antonio. Luca might debut with LA next week. AD might be this weekend. Um, so just overall, man, what was the highlight of the trade deadline? What trade did you not expect? Um, Also, Andrew Wiggins goes to Miami, so they and they get a first round. They get a pretty high first round lottery pick, Miami. So it's people might say, hey, that's all I got for Jimmy Wiggins and and that, but listen, that could be a lottery pick this year, if not next year.
There's a lot of thoughts going through my mind during this trade deadline. So I'm gonna try to not be scatterbrained because I may be all over the place. Let me try to line it up real quick. All right. So first, with Luca, people forget that Shaquille O'Neal and
Hold up,
Kobe.
time out. I apologize. Just give me 1 second. DeAndre Hunter goes to Cleveland. I think that's a very underrated move. Terrence Mann and Bones Highland to Atlanta. Bogey goes to the Clippers. Karis LeVert goes to the Atlanta Hawks. Yusuf Nurkic is going to the Hornets. Cody Martin and some other guys are going to Phoenix. Um, Ben Simmons might be bought out in Brooklyn.
Well,
Um,
Don Bogdanovich to the Clippers.
Davion Mitchell is going to the Miami Heat from Toronto Raptors. Um, I mentioned Connect. I mentioned Ingram. So
Cody
yeah,
Martin to the Suns.
Cody Martin to the Suns. The Knicks did trade Jericho Sims to the Bucks. I did see that. And hold on, it's a lot going on here. And yeah, so and we have Big Val, got Big Val. Daniel Tice got traded to OKC, but I think they're gonna cut him. That's what I saw. Good check coming back. So yeah, go ahead. My bad.
Oh, goody, man. It's a lot going on. So let me start first. There was and correct me if I'm wrong. There was a time, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's in the game podcast. Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant played on the same team.
Hmm.
And there was a business decision that the Lakers had to make at the time. Do we stay with, and if I correct me again, once again, I think they were at 3 rings at this point.
Oh, you know what year?
The year that Shaq went to Miami? Let's see.
Shaq got traded in '04 to Miami.
So '04, they had 3 rings by then. At
Yeah,
least two. There was a
three
business.
definitely, three definitely. Yes.
There you go. So there was a business decision that the Lakers had to make.
Yeah.
Do we deal with one of the greatest immovable forces, dominant forces of all time in
Hmm.
Shaq? Do we keep him, or do we look to the future with Luca? With Luca, do we look to the future with Kobe Bryant? And that's
Okay.
what Dallas was doing with Luca. They said we don't want to pay, and a lot of these teams were making business deals. It's not about emotion. It's about business.
Hmm.
And the business is, do you want to pay Luka Doncic based on what you know? It's 5 year, 6 year window in Dallas. For those that are in Dallas that know, do you want to pay him $345 million? They said no, we don't. Deuces. That's
Because
it.
why? He's
Whatever,
270.
whatever excuse you want to put out there, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter to me because it overshadows the real reason in my book.
Yeah.
Whether you want to call him lazy, whether you want to call him a European, whether you want to call whether you want to say, oh, because a lot of people are talking like, how can you say that? Luka took this team to the finals.
He did.
Shaq gave Lakers 3 rings and they traded him. Okay, so he didn't even get you guys a ring. So of course I'm looking at Shaq getting 3 rings and LA going toodles. So yes, who do you
Yeah.
think would have a better chance right now, as constructed, to win a championship right now? Who do you think? It's Dallas.
Listen,
Dallas.
I hear you.
Oh, you hear me, baby.
No, I
Oh, you hear me.
no, I'm gonna write it down. I hear you, but
Oh, you hear me.
the way the Lakers look now and have been looking and what they got, you can't even say, oh, they might be in a contention next year. Like bro, fuck around. LA can contend this year.
How? Let me look at their roster.
You
How?
get a healthy Luca, right? I think Mark Williams is a big impactful piece that they added. So I learned more about him during the last couple of days
Sure, sure,
with
sure.
Charlotte,
I seen some
because
highlights for sure.
we're not gonna sit here and say honestly, yo, I watch every Hornet game. Let's knock it off,
No. That's fine.
right?
Go ahead. I'm listening.
So LeBron's 40. I just saw last night against the Warriors 42, 17, and 7.
Light.
Right? Now when
Light.
Luca comes there, a lot of the heavy load is going to come off LeBron. LeBron will probably play off the ball.
Braun
And
just dropped 42.
LeBron dropped 42, 17, 7, whatever against the Warriors. He had 30 by the time third quarter happened.
That's right. He
So
had a hot first
right.
half.
So now
Right.
I'm telling if every piece is together, the health, everybody who was hurt before, the Gabe Vincents and the Vanderbilts, they're all back, right? LeBron, Mark Williams, you do all these moves without trading Hachimura and Austin Reeves, right? A nice bench. I'm just saying that they're like fifth in the West. I'm just saying that they can compete as well for this year, along with the Mavericks. Mavericks right now, you're gonna tell me they're in win now mode, and you can shake your head all you want. I'm just saying the Lakers have put themselves in that position to, you know what, this ain't a throwaway year. If Luka comes back the way we know Luka's going to be, I promise you, LA is going to be in that semifinals, conference finals range, along with the Mavericks,
I
along
bet
with
you.
OKC and the Rockets and the Memphis. Like they're in that conversation.
I bet you dinner. The Lakers won't make it out the second round.
Okay.
I bet you dinner. The
Mhm.
Lakers will not make it out the second round. You talking about? It takes a period of chemistry and time to win a championship, right?
Of course. I mean, the same,
So,
the same with the Mavericks.
oh,
Same with the Mavericks.
slow down now, because you throw in Luka.
Yes.
All these other players have already been there. Okay, so Luka's a big cog in that chemistry conversation. You go to the Dallas side, yes. You throw in AD, you throw in Max Christie, who looks phenomenal in that Jason Kidd offense, and everyone else stays the same, correct? So we're talking about a Luka who has to generate offense to everybody else coming in to learn who likes passes here, who likes passes there, etc. On the other side of that, you have a team that has to learn how to give the ball to someone else, i.e., AD, learn where he likes the ball, learn where he gets the ball. But you mentioned all these names: Gabe Vincent, Hachi, Austin Reeves. That's cute. But if you sit back and look at that stinking Dallas lineup, I said, wait a minute, hold on.
No, it is on paper
I
like,
said, hold
oh
on.
shit.
The conversation in my head, I said, hold on. So you mean to tell me, because a lot of people are, looking at Dallas and like, y'all crazy for trading Luka. And I sat back and I said, no, they're not crazy if they win a championship this year and possibly next. They won't be crazy because that'll be worth it, wouldn't it, Dallas? I mean, Anthony Davis got you guys a ring, didn't he, Lakers?
He did.
He got y'all one, didn't he? Okay, he got y'all one.
Yeah.
So you have to understand, Jason Kidd sitting back watching Luca. This is the same Jason Kidd that went against the Miami Heat with 3 Hall of Famers, Bosh, LeBron, and Wade. And all Jason Kidd had was Dirk and won a championship.
Yeah.
So if anyone knows how to win, wouldn't it be Jason Kidd? Isn't that a fair question? Yeah, right. So shout out to TJ. Having stated that, Jason Kidd and the Dallas Mavericks have lined up that team. I looked back. I said, "Wait, hold on." So you got AD, Gabbert, and Lively. AD doesn't have to play center ever.
But Lively is still out for the foreseeable future. He's out for months.
What he heard? So he broke something. He broke something.
Yeah, he's out. He's out.
Okay, let's move Lively. So you have obviously that. So you have Gabbert, and now
you got AD, PJ, Kyrie, Clay,
Kyrie, add Max
Christie.
You add all that to the roster, and I'm looking at what they have to compete with against. In the West. Yeah, I'm looking at AD versus Joker. I'm looking at AD versus Chet. AD versus Isaiah Hartenstein. AD versus, and I think only
Zach Edey.
Zach Edey.
Oh, your boy Sengun.
And Sengun. So for me, the only person that has an advantage over AD that I just mentioned was Joker.
Yeah.
That's the only one that I say, okay, Joker gonna have AD for lunch. But they're not gonna be defending each other, which is brilliant.
They should have made a move, Denver. I don't know why.
AD would usually defend Joker and get eaten for breakfast. Now AD doesn't have to even defend Joker. Now that's Gabbert's business. AD gets to be on the wing. This is a great pickup, one of the greatest pickups, but it's a business decision for a lot of these folks. Obviously, you mentioned Jimmy, and I'll pass you the baton. You mentioned Jimmy. What have we learned in the Jimmy Butler saga? What have we learned? We learned that the squeaky wheel always gets the grease, baby. The squeaky wheel always gets the grease. Shout out to James Harden. He taught y'all. Huh? Say, yeah, I'm fat.
Yeah.
Don't want to play. I'm going to miss some flights. I'm miss some practices. Trade me. Now I get extra $550 million on top of my $50 million I was already getting. So now I'm $100 million man for 2 years. Hallelujah, praise Jesus. Does this make, and then I'll pass it off to you again, Golden State, does this help them? Yes. Would KD have helped them a little bit more? Yes.
Of course.
But KD said no to Draymond Green, not Golden State. The floor is yours.
Since we are doing this live, Ben Simmons is finalizing a contract buyout with the Brooklyn Nets. He'll meet with the Cavaliers and Clippers this week as he decides his brand new home, according to Shams. So Shams been on a generational run this week. I don't know how many hours of sleep this guy has gotten or has gotten, if that makes sense in English. But Ben Simmons no longer going to be a Brooklyn Net. Cavaliers, huh?
Thank you, Jesus. He's been stealing money for a period of time, and I don't know why the Cavs would want to throw money at him or anyone else for that matter.
I mean,
what is
it
he,
could be
what is he providing?
That minimum, mid-level. It ain't gonna be a big contract, but like,
God bless you. 500,000.
Trying to see what
they should just gave that to me and you, Randy. They should just gave that to me and you. I would have ran up the court, half court. I'd pass it to you. We would have been doing what Ben Simmons would have been doing.
I'm just trying to see if it's not the Cavs, if it's not the Clippers, what fit could that be? Like, hey, I know Ben was a Laker fan. Could the Lakers knock on that door as a backup?
Knock on whose door?
On Ben Simmons' door.
It's not no. There's no Pelinka.
Yeah, he's not starting.
Pelinka likes guys who like to play basketball.
I mean, they just gave up Dalton. I'm not saying you swap in Ben for Dalton. Like, hey, I need a backup. Like,
Pelinka likes guys who like to play basketball.
Then why would the Clippers and Cavs be interested in Ben Simmons?
Because number one, it could be a rumor that's put out there by the agent. Number two, people make mistakes. People make mistakes. God bless the Clippers or God bless Cleveland for thinking that Ben Simmons would be a great addition to the team. What is
Mhm.
he adding? If the Nets are buying him out, what are we adding? It's a business. It's a business.
Yeah.
What are we adding? Another seat? Another 6'10" guy that's going to sit on the bench
Mhm.
with the fashions and the chain? Huh? That's what we added? It's ridiculous. No, stay away from Ben Simmons, please, Jesus. Stay away from him, please.
Also, Ian Begley says Ben is going to meet with three teams. So it's Cavs, Clippers, and a third team, which is just we don't know. So
You
the
know what?
Ben
Let me
Simmons
back
era,
up.
hold on, the Ben Simmons era in Brooklyn is over. Um, they're gonna be going for the Cooper Flag sweepstakes, which
Clearly,
I agree with.
clearly.
Um,
I know a perfect
I'm
place for
just
Ben
saying, don't
Simmons.
be surprised if the Lakers are kicking the tire for Ben Simmons,
I know the perfect place for Ben Simmons.
which is what.
The Utah Jazz.
Oh God, Utah
Won't
Jazz.
the Utah Jazz? He won't have any
Oh,
pressure.
bro,
No one will be paying
yo, did you
attention to
find it
him.
weird? Yo, every trade that just about every trade that took place or was thought about, it's like, oh yes, it's Utah. You get a second round pick. Oh, is Ingram and this team. Oh, and Utah get no. Yo, why is Utah like always lurking around? Like Danny
Shout
Ainge,
out
yo,
to
sit down and
Danny
relax.
Ainge.
Danny Ainge,
Dan-
this does not involve you, bro.
Danny Ainge be like this. Danny Ainge be like, yo, what y'all talking? Y'all
Like
talking
Danny Ainge,
trades?
like sit down somewhere.
Can I get
You
can I
have
get a second round or a third? Can I get a fourth?
no, bro. Sit down, relax. You have nobody we want out here, bro. Relax, be quiet. Unless you're trading Laurie Marketing, relax.
This is Laurie marketing, which he's not yet. He's not giving up.
Serious question: how do you think Adam Silver feels about this trade deadline? Like, I think it gave the NBA a big shot in the arm, a lot of intrigue going as we head into the playoffs in the next 2 months. A lot of big time talent, all stars being traded. Because in my head yesterday, I'm like, yo, if Adam Silver was to somehow we keep hearing ratings and this and the player empowerment and load management and blah blah blah, and I think I bet you earlier, this trade deadline took the headlines over the Super Bowl. I didn't I have not heard a lot about the Chiefs and the Eagles in a fucking week or 2 weeks, and I'm like, cool, because sometimes the NFL shit gets to be too much. I'm like, I'm more of an NBA guy. Talk to me about the NBA. It's NFL, 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 NFL every day. And I'm like, bro, relax. I know it's the Super Bowl. I get it. But we have other things going on right here. It's the NBA trade. Let's focus on that. Because once Super Bowl is over, it's NBA time. Leave me alone. And I'm like, Adam Silver must be doing cartwheels about what's been going on because it's a lot of intrigue. It's like, all right, the second half of the season is gonna be crazy. Um, and I'm like, damn, what if he was to in a hypothetical situation, he walks out with like I already know your response. Like, yeah, whatever. If he somehow gets like a Lakers Knicks NBA Finals, like, oh shit, the whole world is watching.
We don't
It
need the
could happen,
Lakers in
bro.
there.
I'm telling you,
We don't. Yeah, we
it
don't need the
could
Lakers
happen,
in there. We could just have the Knicks in there. We don't need the Lakers in there. We can
bro.
have the
I'm
Knicks
just
in there.
saying,
Yeah.
it could happen. It could happen,
Oh,
bro.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, it could happen. Yeah, it could
That's it.
happen.
I'm not a Laker fan.
Neither am I. It
I
could happen. Yes.
I think the Lakers have put themselves for the future. Yes, 100,000%. But for now, in the next year, they can still win with that team. And Adam Silver will be doing cartwheels with one hand if he gets the Lakers Knicks NBA Finals.
Just remember our bet this year, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Hold this Josh Turkey feet to the fire because he likes to wiggle out of.
So the bet was that you bet a dinner that the Lakers will not get past the second round.
Yep. Yep.
I mean, listen.
Like my steak medium well. Like I like my potato soft. You feel me?
As of today,
Feel me?
if the playoffs were to begin today, the Lakers would not have home court to be the fifth seed, and they'll play the Houston Rockets as a fourth seed. And we've seen a lot of young teams get a high seed last couple of years, a la Sacramento, and they lose to a veteran team like the Warriors. If the Rockets played the Lakers today, 7-game series, who you taking?
I don't know. I may take the Rockets because Luka doesn't play defense.
Oh God.
Mind you, again, I win either way because if they don't get out the first round, I win. If they don't get the second round, I win. Either way, I win.
Okay, let's say they get past Houston. They will probably get the Thunder in round 2. So Lakers, I'm not a fan. You need to get the fuck away from the Thunder. You gotta have a 3rd seed or a 2nd seed. Right now Memphis is 2, Denver is 3. Creeping behind LA is Minnesota, Clippers, and the Mavericks.
You have to ask yourself: are the top 3 going to move down?
They could. The Rockets are 1 game behind Denver for 3rd. The Lakers are 1 game or a game and a half behind 4th, and 2.5 behind 3rd. So they're in that range. Like you get, like I said, Luka comes back, you have a great shot of changing, of altering what the standings are. And I don't want to sit here and talk about the Lakers and Mavs all day. So Jimmy to Golden State, I think it's a good move. Does it really move the needle? It's okay. It's okay. I don't. I like the move for Miami. Wiggins goes there and they get that big top draft pick, and that could be a lottery pick in this year. If not, it'll convey for 2026. What else we got?
I'm talking 1 second. I'm just moving.
All right. Intermission number 2. So as Denny Blanco goes to the side, if you're following us on or watching us on YouTube and Twitter, thank you. We appreciate it. Any comments, questions, or whatever you have regarding NBA trade deadline, hit us up in the chat. Ingram goes to Toronto. That shows they had more faith in Zion than they'll rather keep Zion with whatever's going on than keep Brandon Ingram. We knew that wasn't going to be the case. One had to go.
They're counting their time. They got rid of BI. They're gonna get rid of Zion too. It's only a matter of time, bro. He's in contract, so they can only do so much, And then also too, you want to get something back for him. So if the deals aren't the deals, you feel me? If the deals aren't the deals, there's a lot of backroom talk during these times. A lot of owners talking to each other, saying, "Would you do this? Would you do that?" They said the conversation between Pelinka and Nico started January 9th. Okay, so there was conversations happening. Yes, Minnesota was like, "Hey, Phoenix, is KD available? I'll give you Randall. I'll give you." Whatever you want. Is KD available? Miami said we want KD.
KD did not want to go anywhere. Like, bro, why is KD's name even in the conversation? Then it's like you're not gonna trade him. I know that. And then deadline is over, and then you're gonna act like everything is sweet. Like, oh, my name just wasn't floating around for 3-4 days without even me saying I want to be out. Now I gotta go play basketball.
He's a big asset, so of course people are gonna phone. I mean, it'd be different if the Sun said, "Don't call us about Kevin Durant," and put a which people do. Like they'll say, so and so's not so and so's off the table. They're not available. Yeah. So if they said that off rip, then KD doesn't have to worry about it. But yes, I imagine Golden State was begging KD to come back.
I heard Golden State was calling everybody for somebody.
Yeah, no. The Golden State is trying to do right by Curry, which they're supposed to do. And they're making phone calls. They're trying to get KD back, which makes a lot of sense. KD said,
"Yeah, no." It made sense for the Warriors, but it didn't. It did not make sense for Phoenix. If I ship out Durant and I get back Jimmy Butler, that's not a good deal for me. Unless it's Jimmy Butler and other people, because there's only so much you can do to replace a guy like Durant. Durant is doing better than Jimmy Butler right now. Why would I trade Durant to get and get Jimmy Butler?
Facts. So you look at Golden State. They torpedoed their own. They torpedoed their own opportunity. I said, in an alternate universe, Golden State was like 6 championships. KD doesn't leave. in an alternate universe, KD doesn't leave.
If he don't get hurt in that Toronto finals, and Clay don't get hurt in that Toronto finals,
In an alternate universe, they don't get hurt and they keep Jordan Poole. They win like 6 chips. In an
but
alternate
does that
universe,
still keep KD in Golden State? Even
but
they win 3.
by that time, it don't matter. You done won 3, 4. It's considered a dynasty. Is the 2 considered a dynasty? Possibly, depends on who you
No,
speak
no,
to. Right? See, no,
no.
see. You maybe somebody considers a dynasty 3, 4, 5. You
That's like
dig what I'm
saying
saying?
Detroit was a dynasty. No, in 89-90. No,
2
if
only
they
won
had
2.
if they had one more,
3. So 3 or plus, 3
I
plus.
three or more, or
And
like a
within a 4 or
Spurs is like
5 window.
one every other year. The Spurs
Within
dynasty.
a
That's how
like
it went down.
6 year, within like a 6-year window, you win 3 or 4. That
Yeah.
means you were pretty much the best team for the last 4, 5, 6 years. Yeah, I mean, once again, that Golden State's gonna have to look in the mirror. Obviously, Jimmy Butler's gonna come over there, and it's gonna be interesting to see what Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green have to say to each other. That's gonna be interesting. But as I look at the landscape, shout out
But
to
they got an okay roster. I think what they did was like, we can compete in the playoffs, but if you talk about championship, you still got Curry, you got Draymond, you bring in Jimmy Butler, you keep Kuminga, you keep the point guard that everybody's been Jaminsky, whatever his name is, I forgot his name. Moody, you got some other pieces, but I'm watching last night against the Lakers. I'm like, oh wow, these are the Warriors. I don't know that guy.
they better listen.
Because
Rumor
as of
was
right now, they are 11th
the
in the
rumor
West.
was that they didn't want to get rid of Podzinski.
Yeah.
People have been asking for him. Like I heard a conversation about a trade for Laurie Marketing, and they didn't want to give up Pod. I don't know if that's true or not. But what did you see? What did anyone see in that game? Excuse me?
I would have.
I would have too. What did you see and also too, I'm trying to understand what Golden State sees in him, because unless he's John Morant level, unless he's LaMelo Ball level, unless he's who else? Dillingham from the Timberwolves, huh? I mean, I'm talking about Max Christie. Like I'm seeing guys where I'm like, oh, okay, well maybe there's a I can see that. I don't see it with Pod, so I don't understand what Golden State didn't make any trades, and if that's the case, when it comes to that. Listen, speaking of the Knicks,
but they probably could have had more if they included Kuminga, but they want to keep Kuminga, which I get and I respect. But if you want to get the Laurie Marketing and all that, all right, now you got to give me Kuminga.
And he covers a big as well as he can shoot three, he can space. If that whatever the case may be with that trade. I'm looking at your Knicks, and I have cause to pause.
You always bring the Knicks up, bro. You always bring them up, bro. I'm like, yo, bro, let's talk about Kuzma to the fucking Bucks.
See, here's what's interesting. You being a Knicks fan, right? It's tough because, follow me where I'm going with this, because I want you to be the happiest that you could possibly be, and I think you'll be the happiest if the Knicks win a championship.
Of course,
your gray hairs will turn brown. You'll lose about 10 years, and I think you'll be the happiest. So I want to see the Knicks win a championship in the next 5 years. Having said that.
Me too.
Yeah, for you. For you. Having said that.
I appreciate that, man. I know you've had a long road with the Brooklyn Nets, and now you're trying to find a home, and I get it, but it's only so much room you can get on, bro. You can tag along. You can hold on to the bottom of it, but it's a lot of Knicks fans climbing on the ship.
I don't need to slander. I'm not trying to climb on the ship. I'm trying to show you where the ship could possibly go. Stay on focus. The Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah. A big move by the Cavs.
The number 1 team in the East pick up DeAndre Hunter.
Yeah.
They shipped Karis LeVert. But they pick up DeAndre Hunter. Long, athletic, can shoot the three, and can defend. Is he going to be a starter? I think so. So if I'm looking back, if possibly, what we have here? Darius, Mitchell, Hunter, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen. Serviceable. The Boston Celtics didn't do anything, did they?
Boston, no.
No, they
Boston, no. Philly, no. We mentioned Bucks. Got Kuzma.
Let me get to them in a second. So
Indiana, no.
Knicks picked up a couple of
Atlanta went a little backwards on us.
Atlanta looked like they're doing the trust the process. That's what Atlanta did.
Yeah, they kind of like
Clear the deck. Clear
a
the
little
deck. Shout out to
tanking going on.
Sidebar. How was I speaking to Trae Young's dad on Twitter?
I'm sorry, what? I didn't hear you. What?
I'm on Twitter. And I chat all day on Twitter, and somebody was mentioning how I see this tweet, and it's like, yeah, I don't understand why Trey's not, getting much more love, if he was in a big market. I said, well, it's his defense. And then this person's like, that's an old narrative, so I'm going back and forth, and I'm like, but his shooting percentage is pretty low. And I said at the same time too, who are you taking off that All-Star team to put on the All-Star team instead of Trey, hypothetically, right? And he said, those. Then he mentions, he's like, Brunson and Trey, those are my boys. I wouldn't even bring my son into that. I said, son. Then I go into the feed and I look, and I'm just like, am I talking to Trey Young's dad? I said, oh, this is Trey Young's dad? Oh, my bad. Oh, okay.
Oh, my bad, Chip. My bad.
My bad, Chip.
That wasn't really me, man. My bad.
No. They followed like, I'm like, my bad. He's still not an all-star. But my bad, Chip. Like, I can still love your boy as a player, but keep it in 100 because you biased, because that's your son.
Yeah.
But I congratulated him on having a son in the NBA, and it was very interesting.
That's nice.
You never know who you speak to on Twitter. So it's great that I have morals, ethics, and values when I speak to people. Having stated that, the Pacers didn't make a move, but the Bucks, you mentioned, the Pacers didn't make a move that I was like, the Bucks though, picking up Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah,
I like that. They got a third official scorer behind Giannis and behind Dame. Finally, Chris Middleton, God bless.
And someone that's available.
You think Kyle Kuzma's hyped to be out of Washington?
Of course, bro. It's like Tim Robbins when he left Shawshank. He's out in the water and he's like this and shit. And it's like, I'm free, bro. I'm free.
No. That's gonna be Cam Johnson over in the Nets. That's Cam Johnson, like free Cam Johnson. But you literally, Kyle Kuzma wins a championship in the bubble.
Yeah.
And he shipped him to Washington.
No, he signed with Washington.
Oh, it was the money. God bless.
That was his bad. He signed.
No. That was not bad. That was
I apologize. He got traded to there because that was the Westbrook trade.
Thank you.
But then he signed again. I'm like, bro, why would you sign with the Wizards?
It was a big bag. But
yeah,
now that we're here,
and you've won 30 games in 3 years.
Big bag. You see my clothes? You see my car? Big bag. So now
I'm thinking, is Middleton even going to stay in Washington? Like,
buyout. It's going to be a buyout. 100%.
I hope so.
It's going to be a buyout. So you have the three, whether you call it a big three or not, God bless. That's going to be interesting. The Heat being sixth in the East. You got Bam. You got they got a new center now, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. They still have.
I have no idea.
Yeah, they picked up. They still have Tyler Hero.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see what happens. The Pistons. They picked up Dennis Schroeder. Now, guess what's gonna happen? They're gonna move Cade Cunningham to the 2. They can move Cade Cunningham to the 2. Now you don't have to worry about bringing the ball up. Dennis Schroeder's gonna bring the ball up, and now Cade can just go to the wing and go to work. Oh, it's gonna be beautiful. I didn't see anything with the Magics, and obviously we see what the back ends is going on. But yeah, no, this you mentioned Dalton Connect going to the Hornets. He gets to flourish out there.
Yeah.
Now he's gonna get the ball in his hands. He's gonna have LaMelo Ball running with him. So that's gonna be awesome. Also,
I'm still surprised at Atlanta. I'm surprised the fact that they lost Johnson for the year, and then you give up Hunter, then you give up Bogey. So like without the roster in my face, I'm trying to figure out who's starting for Atlanta.
Well, I'm gonna look that up. Sacramento Kings, when they get Jonas Valanciunas,
I
now they can
like
move.
I like Sacramento. I
Yeah,
like
when they picked
Sacramento.
up Jonas Valanciunas, now they can move Sabonis to the 4. So
Yeah.
imagine
So
that's so imagine that starting lineup. I don't even know who their point guard is going to
no,
be now.
last night they didn't start Val.
No, they don't have to. I'm talking about future. They can
Yeah.
literally start Valanciunas, put Sabonis at the 4 because Sabonis usually plays the 5 again in AD
Then it's
situation,
DeRozan,
right?
Levine, and
DeRozan, Levine,
Monk or Murray.
and Monk. That's what it was. Monk, Murray, go to the bench. It's a wrap. Go to the bench.
Mhm.
We got Monk, we got DeMar, Levine, Sabonis. I like that. I
I
like
like
that.
that. Did
So
they
yeah.
win last night? Did they win against the Portland?
Oh, the Wizards got Reggie Jackson. Damn.
Oh, Sacramento lost last night. Damn. I ain't gonna lie. Portland's been playing a lot better too. You can
I
sleep.
don't know if it was a matter of health. Because a lot of these guys. Oh, sidebar. I'll go back to Portland in a second. Daniel Thies going to Oklahoma. I like that too.
Tice, and then I think they might waive him.
They
That's
might,
what
but
I.
if they should keep him because he adds another defender. But yeah, I was just talking about before I saw
Mhm.
Tyson's name. Who was I talking about previously? Um,
I'm surprised Minnesota did not make any deals. I think they needed
they,
they
they
needed
made some
something.
phone calls for KD.
Yeah, I made a phone call, but listen,
No one
you can get
wants
bad service. You can phone can get dropped. You can get
go
sent
to
to
voicemail.
voicemail.
No one wants your assets, Minnesota, if it's not Ant-Man, and you're not getting rid of Ant-Man. Sidebar. We had this conversation over the phone, and I'll repeat this here because it's in the game podcast. Randy J. Cruz, Sir Denny Blanco.
That's
Hallelujah,
right.
praise Jesus. You're now rocking with the best.
Appreciate it.
I mentioned only should be a couple people that get the Supermax. Forget the first 5 team,
Mhm.
5 years all NBA. Yeah, that counts too. 5-year all NBA. But there are only certain people that need to get Supermax and a no trade clause.
Yeah, you
Bradley
say Ant
Beal,
Man.
Bradley Beal getting a no trade clause clearly messed up Phoenix's opportunity to be a better team. Clearly, like messed up the whole entire. He's like, no, I'm not getting traded. F you. It is what it is. Ant-Man, Wemby, Joker. Who else did I
Giannis,
say? Giannis,
Shea.
SGA. See, these are guys that supermax them.
Mhm.
Supermax them.
Tatum.
Tatum. Now, also, too, these guys, no trade clauses. Yes.
Yeah.
These guys, yes. These are, for me, you got to put a person with a supermax and no trade clause. They have to at least have the ability by themselves to take their team to the playoffs by themselves.
Okay.
Allen Iverson, Kobe Bryant,
Mhm.
Shaquille O'Neal, Tracy McGrady. See, these are names where you leave them on a team, you just put players on that team. They'll
Yep.
make the playoffs. They'll be 500 and they'll make the playoffs just because of one player.
Mhm.
But these days, once again, Supermax, a lot of people ain't gonna deserve the Supermax, and or the Supermax was put in place. Why? Why was the Supermax put in place, Randy?
Oh, I thought you gonna like you asked rhetorically, then gonna hit me with the reason. But
I'm asking you.
why do they give the
Why
Supermax?
was the Supermax? Why was the Supermax created? Because there wasn't Supermaxes back in the day. Why was the Supermax created?
Why was it created? To keep like a certain player or franchise for X amount of years. And you can pay them the most amount of money.
There you go. See, people have to
Nah.
understand. You have to understand. Tim Duncan. I mentioned Tim Duncan because Tim Duncan was on the San Antonio Spurs for his whole career.
Yeah.
Do you think Tim Duncan could have asked for a trade at any time, any moment?
Of course you did.
No, I
Oh
say he could have asked. I don't know if he did or not.
no,
Whether he did
I'm
or not, that
saying
don't matter. Whether he did or not, don't matter. Tim Duncan. You think Tim Duncan got paid what he was supposed to get paid in San Antonio?
no. It was different back then.
No. Hear what I'm
Him,
saying. Tim Duncan was like Tim Duncan every year, kind of like a Tom Brady situation with New England. When you're talking about NFL, it was like, yo, no, take some money off of me and do what you got to do. Do what you got to do because I want to be able to win every single year. See, but Tim Duncan was like, I'll commit to you. I'll stay in San Antonio, considered a small
yeah.
market, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see what happens with your Sacramento's, your OKC's before now. You'd be like, oh, obviously OKC had a bomb squad that went to the finals. James
Mm-hmm.
Harden's not there no more. Kevin Durant's not there no more. Russell Westbrook's not there no more. Why didn't they finish their careers there? So now you have a supermax that says, listen, if you are an all NBA all-star XYZ, the team that drafted you will be able to give you the most money.
Yeah.
Now, people didn't realize at the end of that statement, it's like, well, what if we don't want to give them that money?
And that's where like the Luka joint comes into play. Where Dallas draft. Well, hold up. Time up. Then explain because the Mavs did not draft Luka. I got that right because they traded Trey for Luka. So the Mavs never drafted Luka.
So the Mavs, okay, so correct me if I'm wrong.
Right?
Mavs drafted Trey, then did a trade.
Yes, they traded
As
Luka
long as
for Trey.
as long as I think it's with your same team for X amount. I think same team for 5 years or 4 years, something like
So
that.
Luka's been there for 5 years. So now he's optional for the Supermax.
Yes.
But now he goes to LA and he loses $116 million.
We're not paying you, big bro. We're not paying you. So you see, the Supermax can come back and bite you, even though they just gave a Supermax to Jason Tatum. They just gave a Supermax to, I think, Jaylen Brown.
And Tatum's now the highest paid player ever, right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to get SGA, Ant-Man, they're going to get the Supermax.
Oh, yeah.
If they stay. If they decide to go, they're going to leave money on the table. So that's the conversation. People were like, oh, the Supermax is great. It'll force the players to be like, you going to leave that money on the table? Yes.
Mm.
Yes. A choice of the player. Yes, I'll leave the money on the table for more championships.
Yeah.
Or, no, I need that money. I'll stay. And we just gonna have to deal what we have to deal with.
Because we don't live in that world no more. Where we don't live in the Tim Duncan world no more. We don't live in the Dirk Nowitzki world where I'm drafted by one team from day one, and I'm gonna ride it out till year 15, year 20. Like Kobe, Dirk, and Duncan, they sacrificed. They took less money to sign other people,
Kobe
and it turned out into a championship.
Kobe
Nowadays, if I'm up for a max, give me the money. Like, and you're good. You earn that money, but it's like, does it translate into winning, or at least a competitive team for at least 5-7 years? Then that's where you get the Supermax. But the days of the Duncans and the Dirks and the Cobes of like, I'm gonna write out whatever is long gone because people are just taking the money, and then we'll see if you win or not.
Again, Kobe asked for a trade because the team wasn't putting pieces sending.
That was could you imagine him? I think it was him to the Detroit.
People also to understand this. The Lakers seem to be the team that just keeps getting star players. It's just phenomenal that they just keep getting star players. I don't know.
They get their guy. They always get their guy.
I don't know what, except Chris Paul. Except Chris Paul. Jive turkeys. David Stern said,
because
stop.
The NBA owned the Hornets, New Orleans Hornets.
That's it. But it shouldn't have mattered. It shouldn't have. It shouldn't have. Just like
it shouldn't have mattered because what the Lakers were giving up was substantial. It was Lamar Odom in that deal. It was Pau Gasol. It was in that deal. I'm like, oh shit, what? Like, really?
Yeah. They said literally. Again, same thing with AD in New Orleans. Mm-hmm. I say James Harden, Jimmy Butler. Anthony Davis. Hello, your man said he doesn't play fourth quarters.
Who said that?
Anthony Davis was in New Orleans trying to
Oh,
force his way out to the Lakers. There was like 2 or 3 months where he didn't play at all. 2 or 3 months. Shout out to Rich Paul. I think he's a clutch agent. I think he has clutch as his agency.
hey man. Bottom line is LeBron gets his guy.
I don't want
LeBron
to say it's
always
LeBron.
gets.
It's the Lakers. I don't want to say it's LeBron because
I'm
before
saying
LeBron got there.
I'm having fun here.
Oh,
I'm
before
having
you.
fun because you could tell me all the Hall of Famers and legends that LeBron has played with. And again, if you're gonna do a Michael LeBron shit, I could tell you 24 people LeBron played with compared to Jordan.
100%. 100.
And it's like,
100.
damn, son. If I
100.
play with all them players, I'll be like a 10, 15 time champ. And then
It's
there is no debate for the GOAT.
these aficionados and people online grading these trades.
Or keyboard warriors. Mm-hmm.
Grading these trades. Uh, you can't give Dallas an F if they win a championship this year. You can't. You can't give Dallas an F for that trade with Luka if they win a championship this year.
If they don't win this year.
No, I'm saying they're giving these aficionados are giving Dallas an F for that trade.
Oh, because that's the fandom. That's the
They're giving
fandom.
Dallas an F, and they're giving Lakers because Lakers only gave up one pick for Luka, A+ times 5. I'm on Bleacher Report, and I'm like, wait, hold on. If the Dallas Mavericks win a championship this year, it was worth it.
I mean, listen, right now, playing. Let's have fun. If the playing began today, the Dallas Mavericks. Oh, it's 7,
They're
8.
playing Thunder the first round.
No, that's not how it works now. 7 through 10 got to go through their own little shit before you get to the 1, 2,
Well,
the
for
1 and 2
seedings? Oh,
seeds.
for seedings.
So 7 and 8, the Mavs will play the Clippers.
Oh, that's light.
Right now.
That's light. That's we gone.
And then even let's say you lose Dallas. All right, then you got to get the loser of or the winner of the 9-10, which is Phoenix and Sacramento. Again, just today, I expect Dallas to move up.
100%. Yeah, no. I mean, again, you can't.
But they can't be in that 4 or 5 because you're looking at the Thunder in round 2. And do you think that even if this Maverick team gets the Thunder again in the semis like last year, that they can beat the Thunder now?
Yep. See, we don't. I want everyone to go and watch that Boston series with Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
Just go and watch it. Go and watch a couple of highlights with Luka Doncic.
I mean, you stop picking on Luka, man, because he's the reason why they got there too. Stop it.
It's interesting how you can say he's the reason why they got there, but they can't say also too he may have been the reason why they lost. It's very interesting. It's only one-sided for some people. Like it's Luka took him to the okay. Did he win it though?
No.
Did he? Okay. Was he responsible for defensive lapses during the game that cost Dallas?
I'm not saying Luka is fucking Gary Payton. I'm not saying that.
I know that's not what you're saying. I'm saying Jason Kidd understands how to win championships.
Yeah.
Jason Kidd understands that defense wins championships. Jason Kidd understands that what he saw wasn't going to get them to the championship. This team, as constructed, will get them to the championship. That's it. That's all you have to worry about, Dallas. I start speaking to some of these Dallas fans to get an idea of what they're thinking, because quite frankly, I don't think Dallas is that upset.
Mm-hmm.
Not with this team that's constructed, because they're long, they're athletic, and it's not 3-point heavy anymore. Mm-hmm. Guess what's going to happen?
It's down low, run through AD.
Heavy dose of PNR. Kyrie AD. Mm. Heavy dose.
Yeah.
And Dallas is going to put pressure on your bigs.
Yeah.
Whether it's OKC's bigs, whether it's Memphis's bigs, whether it's Denver's bigs, whether it's the Rockets who don't even have any bigs. It's just Sengun. That's it. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be
Uh,
very interesting second half of the season because of these trades. I
quick
am
point
ecstatic.
on the finals. Um, Luca averaged 29, 9, and 6 in the finals last year against the Celtics.
And they also put up a stat. I forget where it was. Maybe on ESPN. He's the highest rated guy to go by in the league in terms of defensive blow
I,
bys.
I've seen Luca just be like, "Oh shit."
Oh, sidebar. Yeah, that's another thing. Every possession, that Boston Dallas series. Who were
Mm-hmm.
they attacking?
Luca. Listen.
Reggie said, Reggie, look at Reggie.
Uh, I hear you, but
Boston, every possession, clear side. Where's Luca? Bring him over here. Pick and roll. Let's go.
Mhm.
That gets tiring after a while when you can't stop it because they're targeting one person, not a team. Not a team. One effing person. That's why Minnesota got bounced. Who are they targeting on Minnesota, Randy?
Last year
Yes. Who is Dallas targeting in that series against Minnesota?
it wasn't Cat, right?
No. They were
No.
targeting Cat, the other guy.
Oh, Gobert.
Every possession. Where's Rudy?
Yeah.
Bring him over here. Pick and roll. Let's go. Every possession. You get to a point where he's like, we got to stop this. We got to change. We got to change it up.
Yeah. One last point before I let you go. Last night they did the drafts for the NBA All-Star game with the teams for I don't know if you noticed. But the new format, 4 teams, right? So one team is by Shaq, Kenny, Charles, and then somebody for the Rising Stars. So they were doing a draft. I didn't know it was happening last night. I turned on like, oh shit, what am I missing? So Kenny, Charles, and Shaq drafted from the pool of 24 All-Stars. So whoever they pick, they're the GMs. So they pick their rosters. I don't know if you've seen the rosters. Have you seen it?
Not yet.
Don't look it up. I'm gonna tell you. So you tell me who has a better team. So it's gonna be a 4-team, a tournament thingy. First team to 40 wins. Then you go on to the finals, and then I don't know what the score is for that one, but I thought it was very interesting how they did it. They all had their own little schemes to it or game plan. So who you want to start off with? Team Shaq, Team Kenny, or Team Chuck?
Shaq will work. Go ahead.
Who?
Shaq.
Shaq. Team Shaq. LeBron, Curry, AD, Tatum, KD, Dame Lillard, Harden, Jaylen Brown.
Say that one more time.
LeBron, Curry, AD, Tatum, Durant, Dame, Harden, Brown.
Jaylen Brown?
Jaylen Brown.
Not them. Not them.
Not them. Okay. So
No,
one team.
I'm saying I don't want to see them. I don't want to see them.
Oh, you don't want to see them.
Yeah, I don't want to see them. You just said LeBron, Curry, and AD. Then you said
Harden, Tatum.
And then you said Jason
KD,
Tatum and Brown?
Dame and KD. But mind you, the focus was like, this is an all-star exhibition. Who's gonna play hard? Who's gonna take it serious? So some had their own little mindset. Like, I'm gonna pick guys who are gonna go out there and really play fucking hard. Shaq had the idea. I'm picking legends. I'm picking the big name people. So that was his ordeal. All right, you want Kenny or Chuck?
Give me Kenny.
Kenny. So Kenny went with the roster that I know. I'm going young. They're gonna play. They want the spotlight.
Young legs. They want to make a
young legs. They're gonna run you out the gym. Team Kenny, Ant-Man, Jalen Brunson, Jaren Jackson Jr., Jalen Williams, Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, Cade Cunningham, and Tyler Hero.
I like it.
And it's a lot of first-time All-Stars on there, and they looking like, yo, nah, we coming to fuck shit up.
I like it. I like it. I mean, listen, you can just be lazy. How's that look for you though? You know what I mean? When a guy's coming up full speed and you just like, I'm gonna let him go. Like, again, you have to understand when Kyrie was playing the Rising All-Star Challenge, he dropped my man Knight, and Knight's never been the same. Knight was never the same.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
Like, guys don't want to have that happen to them.
No.
But sometimes you have no choice. Because if you're on the court and somebody's coming at you full speed, you're either gonna let them go or get in a defensive stance.
Yeah.
I like it.
And Team Chuck went with an international flavor. That was his goal. I want international abroad players. So Team Chuck, Joker, Giannis, Shea Gilgeous, Wembanyama, Siakam, Sengun, Cat, Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, they're gonna get cracked though. They're gonna get cracked though.
So you're down. So you're saying Kenny got the best roster?
No. Remember, I
said Shaq.
There you go. I said Shaq.
Right, but in an all-star, this all-star new format, is LeBron gonna play hard? Steph, AD, Tatum, KD, Dame, Harden, Brown. They're gonna take it serious because they don't want to lose to the young guys.
I mean, you can sit down. You don't have to play, my guy. Like we're gonna see in the first 2 minutes who's gonna take it seriously, who's not. We'll see early. We'll see like, oh, he's not really serious. Like Luka.
Mm-hmm.
Luka's just.
They're gonna pull up from half court.
He was just like, yeah, brothers, I'm not giving you my all.
Yeah,
all-star game. No. I chill. So I don't foresee certain players giving you their all. But in this particular format, you may not have a choice. You heard?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, before we get out of here, sidebar, I saw there's a documentary coming on Max about the Dream Team versus the Young Bulls. So that should be phenomenal. That would be dope. That's gonna be dope to actually see there.
That was the game that was never there's a phrase for it. The greatest game never shown. Something like that.
Game never shown, and I totally believe there was a half where everybody looked. This ball's good.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, you can't have Grant Hill,
Chris Webber,
a feisty Bobby Hurley. You can't have that. They're gonna give you some work. They're gonna give you some work. If we're playing against our heroes, you're gonna get some work just because, So it's gonna be interesting. But the second half of the season, we appreciate you guys watching and listening. The second half of the season is gonna be phenomenal. Somebody plays on Saturday. I don't know who. Football or Sunday football.
Football Sunday, man.
Somebody's playing football on Sunday. Who knows? God bless those.
That's right.
Kansas City Chiefs. They're not winning against the Eagles. God bless. I do not want to see a three-peat. Shout out to Pat Riley.
Oh, so you got Philly.
If Kansas City wins, Pat Riley gonna get paid again. Well, he already got paid. So what's the point? Because they have to license it from him. So
okay, hold up. So the dream team was obviously Jordan, Pippen, Bird, Magic, D-Rob, Barkley, Stockton, Ewing. Obviously other people was on that roster. Christian Laettner, who was Chris Mullin, Drexler. So the team that they said they lost to was Bobby Hurley, C. Webb, Penny Hardaway, Allen Houston, Jamal Mashburn, Eric Montross, and Rodney Rogers.
Eric Montross, no need to have him on the lineup. Everybody else, God, C. Webb, Penny Hardaway, before there was phone posits. Then you have
Penny was.
Then you have Grant Hill, who was the LeBron before the LeBron.
Penny was Penny and Grant Hill.
You have Penny and Grant Hill on the same team with Webber.
Let's see Webb
and Rodney Rogers.
Rodney Rogers.
People forget Rodney Rogers. Rodney Rogers was about 6. Rodney Rogers was
and Allen Houston and Jamal Mashburn.
Jesus Christ. Allen Houston was the best, one of the best shooters ever at that time.
Yeah.
And then you have Jamal Mashburn, one of the best. Your man was, who was Jamal Mashburn today? It would be like, imagine Zion being healthy, can actually shoot and have a handle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is that a fair assessment?
Um.
Jamal Mashburn,
Yeah.
Zion, because of the size and the girth, right?
Zion gets the
He's more athletic.
Barkley, Sean Kemp kind of
He's more
comparison.
athletic. He's more
Athletic.
athletic for sure. But they're the same. Like there's Jamal Mashburn was stocky, had a handle, had a mid range,
Mm-hmm.
could post you. Literally, Rodney Rogers, same concept. Rodney Rogers was the power forward who literally could play on the wing and was strong as an ox.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting watching. I can't wait.
Yeah. Well, once it comes out, I know we talk about it more here, but I know you got to run. Denny Blanco on all social media platforms as Sir Denny Blanco, Rainy J Cruz, Rendy, little J, Cruz. Again, find the podcast on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, also on Amazon Music. Go to youtube.com/Cruise Control Podcast. Go ahead, download, rate, comment, subscribe, like, all that good stuff. Show us some love and support for your boys on the program. We'll get back to it sometime next week. Denny Blanco, my man, have a good weekend. I know what's happening soon.
Thank you. It's in the game podcast. You heard, tell your mama, tell your friends, tell your aunties, tell your cats, tell your dogs.
Yes, sir.